So today we have a great lineup, as I mentioned. We're going to go over some product demos. We're going to actually start with website security. So we're going to look at website security versus certified domains. There's a end of life coming of that one. We're going to migrate over to custom navigation, looking at the new storefront. Then we're going to jump into marketing support. We have a great sales success school coming for you this month. We also have a website builder promotion going on that was announced to you guys. And then looking at marketing tips for for the upcoming year, 2019, and looking at what we want to do in December. And then Chelsea's going to round it out with product announcements. We're going to look at the end of the year roadmap and really dig into the branded emails as well. So as a reminder for your hosts, let me go back. I'm doing this on my laptop, so bear with me today. As a reminder, I'm your host for right now. Christina was hosting earlier this year. She'll be back in 2019. I've been with the team for over 5 years. We're doing the reseller product marketing. We have Chelsea as always, and Chelsea, you're back from the UK, is that right?
Yes, I am back. So back in the saddle. Hopefully you guys didn't notice anything dropping with my being overseas, but back in the US, back in on 100% you guys. So
full action. Great. Well, we're glad to have you back, Chelsea, and we have some great stuff to share with us today. So again, our guest introduction, Brian, I'm sure you guys are all familiar. You see him posting regularly in the community. Brian is on the reseller dev team. He's going to go over custom navigations. But first, we're going to run in with Dre and talk about certified domains versus website security. So just a little bit about it. There's a difference between a certified domain and website security. They're two different elements. So I'm going to actually, Dre, did you want to show your screen or did you just want to talk to this screen?
It's funny. I created a slide, but I think you took a screenshot that's almost identical to mine. So that works really well.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think we could talk to it. And really, certified domains was a product that for years we had. In the suite, and it was available tied to domains. And the idea was to be able to go through a validation process to prove that you were the legal registrant of a domain. It would give you a badge. We would do like a phone or email verification, and it would allow you to place this badge on your site to say, hey, look, we've got this domain. It's a legitimate domain. That was actually end of life in terms of sales and further use beyond those that already had it, somewhere around 2015, and there was there's still a cohort today that was created using McAfee Trusted Site, which was a partner that we started to bring in to kind of replace certified domains. Now, very similarly, there was a badge component with McAfee Trusted Site, again, which is really what replaced certified domains, but very similar in terms of how it was leveraged. In this instance, I think that what changed most was the verification process, which was more of a one-time kind of security test that was performed by McAfee Secure to make sure that the site met certain criteria of health as it pertains to security. And then they would offer you the website trust mark, which is still available today through your domain control panel. So you purchase the domain, you can enable that. There's a cost of about $2, and you add this trust mark, and it shows, hey, like this is a trusted site. Although there's some value there to say, hey, look, this is a trusted site, and really where we want to go in life is make sure that we have some type of digital trust with all of our properties. We felt, and certainly I'll explain some of the implications of why we're moving away from certified domains and McAfee as a whole. We felt that there was more that we could do with that. And being that we last year had the opportunity to bring in the security suite of security products, one of the things that Security offers, which is now again a GoDaddy technology, is website monitoring. And that's part of the website security basic and all of the other plans that GoDaddy offers today for the security suite. And included in that is our malware scanning. That malware scanning checks for potential points of compromise and all sorts of other issues like DNS and SSL changes. If the site's been blacklisted, if the site's actually going up and down. So it's doing all of these checks and at a frequency that you can adjust. So you can adjust it to, say daily. You can adjust it down to 12 hours depending on how it makes sense for you to apply this to your websites. With that, there's also a dynamic website trust mark, similarly to certified domains and McAfee trusted site. The cool thing with that is that it adjusts with scan data. So let's say you scan every day, it'll show those latest scan results. So it stays up to date and it shows dynamically on your website so that you understand kind of the current status of your site, and people can see, wow, that they're really being proactive in checking and monitoring the site at intervals versus a one-time check, if you will. So certified domains, the reason we kind of moved away from that years ago was the implementation behind it. And there were some privacy concerns in terms of how the data was being used. And not that it was a security issue, but there were GDPR requirements that it just didn't meet, and it didn't make sense to continue building on that. So they kind of moved to the McAfee Trust setup. And then there's a requirement to have it out of our technical stack actually this year because of those GDPR requirements. So McAfee Trusted Site was going to be what was going to be leveraged. But when we started to think about, wow, the value that we can provide to all of our customers today really makes sense to use our own product. We have something that's more rich in terms of features and really giving a better overall and holistic view as to the health of the website. And that's where we're heading today with GoDaddy Website Security Basic, which of course gives you the opportunity, if there's something wrong with your site at any given time, for you to kind of look at remediation and protective services and such that we're able to offer to all of our domain owners. The cool thing with it is there's no real impact to the end user except value today. We are doing this entire end of life of the certified domains and trusted site products for our customers, and it's going to be a complete direct migration. You will just have the new service, the new values, and the new opportunity to use website security, and that's at no additional cost. So it doesn't change the cost. Our customers don't have to lift a finger. They just get the value in front of them as we migrate from these old systems. And in a nutshell, that's where we're at.
Great, thank you. Did you want to, Chelsea, did you want to add anything else on this or any updates on the product side from this?
No, I don't really have anything to add right now.
Great. So I really appreciate you coming, Dre, and talking about the difference. I know that sometimes there's confusion and they're lumped together, or the clarity between the two is not always there. So what we're going to do is also provide you resellers just some talking points about the difference between both of those. You'll find that in the marketing support pod, which we'll cover later on, just so that you have the talking points about the differences between these two. Great. Thank you so much. So let's just move on. We're not going to actually be doing a demo of the custom navigation, but I did want to bring Chelsea and Brian in at this point to talk about kind of what they're coming, and they can finish the conversation during the roadmap items. But what we're going to be showing next month about this, and just a little bit of an overview of the custom navigation.
Sounds good. So there may be a few of you that are watching this that you may have taken a survey a couple months ago from me asking about what would you want to change about the custom navigation. And from that survey, it was a lot of you talked about wanting to remove items, add items, change where a item is linking to. So you could have a custom page or change the name of any of the items. So since all four of those options were important to many of you, that's what we are delivering. So when we're taking a look at the custom navigation rollout, by the end of next week, you're going to be seeing an option for custom navigation in the RCC. And initially, it is just removing items. So you'll be able to say, you don't want to have security, or perhaps underneath hosting, you want to only sell Plesk and not cPanel, so you're going to remove cPanel. that you'll be able to remove those items out of there. Then the following couple weeks, you're going to be seeing by the end of November, you're going to be able to edit the URLs of where things are linking to, as well as editing the names on the existing navigation. Then when we're looking at the beginning of December, that's when you're going to be able to add new items. So with our next webinar, we're going to be going through all the different functionality that is in that custom navigation option. But don't be surprised when you're seeing it on in the RCC where you can remove items. And that's just initially. There's going to be continued improvements as we go forward. So again, end of next week, you're going to be able to remove items. End of November, you're going to be able to edit the URLs or the names. And then beginning of December, you're going to be able to add new items onto navigation. Brian, is there anything that you wanted to add to that, or any of our devs here on the phone, or Bobby?
Yeah, thank you, Chelsea, for covering that. Yeah, we're in this incremental rollout. So, yeah.
All right, sounds good. And I think that we can go forward onto what's going to be delivering here soon.
Great. Yeah. So as a reminder, next month you'll want to join us. We'll have more details on this, potential examples, and we'll dive deeper into this. So thanks, Chelsea, for covering that.
Yep.
All right. So let's look at what's coming up next. So I'm going to jump into product and then we'll go into the marketing. I thought it'd be a great tie-in. So Chelsea, I'll give it back to you and you can talk to this.
Sounds good. So I'm going to cover October 1st. So in October, we launched the website builder. Finally, that's our Go Central or vNext version. So everybody on the new storefront in the WordPress plugin, you're able to sell the newest version of Website Builder. Then we also had added on some marketing links for information in the Reseller Control Center, as well as updated our onboarding flow. Then coming into November, we have a lot of items rolling out here. So we have our Tipalti payees, and that means that instead of GoDaddy paying out commissions through our GoDaddy softwares, it's going to be going through a system with Tipalti. This is good news for you because that company, this is what they do. They pay out what people are owed. So what we're really looking for here is that you're going to be getting your commissions very consistently. You're going to be able to track exactly when you're paid, how you're paid. You're going to be able to manage your pays. Everything is going to be good there. You're going to be getting an email with more information about this here very soon. And then speaking of emails, as I had talked about in Google+, that we are adding in your branding in these emails. So in all emails going to your customers, it should be including your logo, your color palette, and headers and everything is going to be having your font. We are slowly rolling that out over weeks and weeks of work. So there's hundreds of templates out there that need to be updated. So that's why it's not all launched all at once. You're just going to be seeing it more and more consistently. We started out with the most commonly sent emails have your branding in it. And that's going to be continuing more and more until we have 100% of emails that have your branding.
Hey, Chelsea, can you talk to, there were some questions when we first announced this. What if I don't have a logo updated? What if I'm on the old storefront? Can you give me some requirements of this or some things that I need to make sure to have all into my settings in order to have the full branding experience?
Absolutely. So right now when you go into your RCC, there's an option to opt into your to the new storefront. What I'd suggest you do is that you can click there and go to a page and it's going to ask you if you want to opt in. Of course, I would suggest you opting into the new storefront since we're going to be end-of-lifing the old storefront very soon. But even if you don't opt in, it brings you to the page that you can set up your branding and that you can upload your logo and your colors and everything there. Now, if you don't have that, what is going to be there is it's going to say your company name in plain text where the logo would be and its default colors. So that blue and red, that the same blue that used to be on emails all the time. it's not going to be that big of a change color-wise or branding-wise for your customers, but the layout of the email is going to be a little bit different in that there's not a huge blue box with white text over it. It's now just a little blue line, and then black text underneath it with all the information of the email. So let me know if there's any other questions. Happy to go over those. So I see a question about the SVG logo. So the email system doesn't allow us to use the SVG logo. And actually, Chris, I believe you're on, could you talk to that a bit more? I believe that it is, that for the email system, then it's just written in plain text if you only have an SVG logo.
Yeah, just the way the email system works, there's not really a good way to add an SVG into the email input. So we do call that out on the branding page. It will go back and use your company name if you have an SVG uploaded as a logo. It'll work just fine on your storefront and your branding there, but the email itself will just use your company name.
Sounds good. Thank you. So, all right, I'm going to continue on. Let me know if there's any, or sorry, I see another question about if we're using the WordPress plugin, will we still get branded emails sent out for us? So what I would suggest you doing if you're going to be using the WordPress plugin is still go to that page to opt into new storefront. It's not going to harm anything. It's just if your customer ends up on our storefront somehow, it will just be the new storefront, but it's not going to overwrite anything with your old store or with your WordPress plugin. But when you go that page, that's where you can still update your logo and colors. As long as you have your logo and colors and everything, you're still going to be getting the branded emails. Even if you actually don't select a logo or colors, it's going to be the default colors and just written in your logo. So it's still going to be the new design of those emails that are sent out to your customers. All right, so we did already talk about the custom navigation items that are coming up, but it's located here as well. And I'm going to leave the promo item to Shannon to talk to. So I'm going to move into what's coming in December. Continuation of the branding and emails, and also that custom navigation add new. And that at the end of December, we are officially end-of-lifing the old storefront. You are going to be getting an email in the next couple of weeks letting you know, hey, you're going to be moved into the new storefront by the end of the year. We're also giving you an option where you can opt in to be in the last phase of that, which is going to be mid-December. So you can opt to that, and that's if you're building a WordPress plugin storefront or something that you just need a little bit more time. You'll be able to do that, but by the end of the year or by middle of December, we're having everybody on the new storefront moving forward, and then we're going to be removing that code at the end of the year. So, so it's kind of updates there, and then also in December, there's going to be a couple changes in our Reseller Control Center around reporting. What we are doing for our international customers is if you have a different currency preference and a different language preference, that we're working through those reports so things show in a format that you're more familiar with, that is more friendly, and that it gives you estimated commission amounts in your preferred currency. So you don't have to always do the translation between US or the conversion between USD and your preferred currency. With that, I'll hand it over to Shannon to talk about the promos.
Great. So you guys have seen the notification coming out that we announced with the new website builder. We wanted to give you guys a great kickstart into sales of the new website builder. I know that a lot of you are familiar with the free trial at GoDaddy for a similar product. We felt like this was better or comparable to the free trial. We're actually giving significantly low introductory rates. This promo pricing is available November 1st through January 1st. you have to opt in the RCC under promotions. Many of you that attend these webinars are already automatically opted into these, but just a reminder that you do, if you're not automatically opted in, you do have to go to the promo site or the promotions tab in your Reseller Control Center to opt into this promotion. There again, it runs November 1st through the January 1st is wrong. It's 31st, sorry. January 31st, you'll see all the disclaimer items within the website builder promo. So January 31st, we're giving you guys over the holidays. It's a great time to push sales of these units. It's a great product, new themes, new templates for you guys to push. It's a great opportunity to get them to to get your customers up and going for the new year, to get them a new site. As a reminder, the new website builder is only available on the new storefront and WordPress plugin. And there's special pricing for all three of the tiers that we offer: Website Builder Personal, Business, and Business Plus. So more detail in your RCC Promotion Center. We've also posted in the community, and you'll be receiving another email just reminding you of this, that the promotion is happening, and items that can help assist with this. Another great thing, so we're very excited to announce to you guys, is that starting in December, we're going to start Domain December. So we have worked with a lot of our domain partners to come up with some great 2019 pricing for you. This will be announced in December. We'll be rolling out all of the supporting assets, creative, everything you need to really kickstart domain sales in 2019. So get excited for Domain December. We're really putting a lot of work into making 2019 very successful on the domain front for you. Some more to come on that. So as I mentioned early on, we're going to be hosting a website builder sales training. So with the launch of the new website builder, we're going to be providing you a reseller sales school. So what we're doing is we're bringing in experts, some of our top salespeople, product people. We're going to go over how to consult, qualify, sell, who the appropriate segment is for this. Everything you need to know about selling Website Builder, we're going to wrap up into a success school for you. This will also be recorded for those that aren't able to attend, but I would really recommend attending this live in person. You'll have the opportunity to ask questions and speak to experts one-on-one, so you don't want to miss this one. Again, a dedicated email is coming out on this. You'll be receiving it in your email box. Lots of good emails coming this month for you guys to learn not only how to be successful with the new website builder, but there's a lot of great things happening from now to the end of the year. One of the great things that we launched with the new website builder, and if you've logged into your Reseller Control Center recently, you'll see this new pod that's called Marketing Product Support. This is going to be growing out into what we're eventually going to be having a Reseller Resource Center. So we will help you continuously promote the latest products and features by supporting marketing content and elements through here. So be sure to log into your Reseller Control Center, check the product support frequently. It will link you out. Right now we have all of the content items on how to market the new website builder straight from the GoDaddy marketing team. We're giving you help on value propositions, go-to-market support, product comparisons, everything that you need to know about the new product you'll find within this link. So there again, make sure to check it frequently, and we're going to only be building this out for additional products. I'm going to pause here just to check the Q&A real quick. Okay. All right, so let's jump into questions. As a reminder, you can submit questions ahead of time to the URL link. We'll post that again in the community so that you have opportunity to ask questions prior. Let's jump into some of the questions that were already that were already answered, and then we can talk about some of the new ones. Dre, are you still on? Otherwise, we can answer those ones.
Yeah, and yeah, I think there's some confusion on this basic security that we're offering. Anybody who has the certified domain currently will get migrated to the basic plan. The basic plan is not going to be offered for sale other than those customers that have your certified domain now get that product. So there will be no new sales of it, but you'll be able to control the pricing of the renewal of that.
Okay.
But that isn't in the RCC already, is that right, Bobby?
Yeah, it's not out there yet.
Yeah, so we'll be letting you know as soon as it is out there so you can take a look at the pricing and setting that up. But initially your customers will just be moved to it, no charge of cost, and then the renewal will come up when their certified domain would have come up.
So a question relative to that was the new storefront have security. Is there going to be a new tier to replace certified domains?
So that's kind of the same thing. There's a new tier that replaces certified domains, but it's not one that we can actively sell. It's just ones that existing customers will get.
So certified domains will be removed as a option, and there's not going to be a new thing that you'll be able to sell in its place. All right. There's still the DOP bundle and business registration, I believe. Yeah, business registration, the DOP bundle, and privacy is still going to be available.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Shannon.
Sure. So there are some questions on the email templates. Let's jump into those. The first new email template had a call to action link that pointed to the old storefront. Was this a mistake, or will the links be updated to the new storefront when it redirects? And Brian, you answered that one if you want to answer it live for others.
Yeah, so it's not just an issue with outgoing new emails, but also any emails people have in their inbox from the time before. So we already have a plan in place that once we fully end of life the old storefront, any links going to the legacy old pages will 301 redirect to new pages. So there'll be permanent redirects.
Great. And then there was a comment or suggestion. Can we get an option to upload different formats of the logo as a fallback for emails? Chelsea, if you want to take that one.
Yeah, so I want to be clear that right now there is not a functionality to do that, that it's just one desktop logo and one mobile logo per reseller. I can look into getting that type of functionality for you in the future, but right now, what I would suggest is have a PNG or GIF or JPEG logo uploaded as your desktop and mobile version to be used in emails as well. But I'll take a look at what kind of options we'd have to have you upload a fallback.
Great. So Chelsea, this one's for you. When we're displaying the calendar view through January, there wasn't any mention of the quick shopping cart. With the new website builder, is there a plan to allow integration to add a shopping cart, or do you want to give us an update on that?
Yeah, so actually right now the online store team, which is what normally has the integration with the website builder product, they have just reached out that everything is ready for us to test in the dev and test environments. So we're going to be checking that out, make sure that the product is all ready to go, that we work through any bugs that we find there. So we are actively working on getting online store out to you guys so you guys can sell it through the website builder. And I'd probably have to follow up with them if there's any other option to integrate your website builder with options outside of online store. So I'll have to follow back up with them on that. But I know our online store option, we're trying to get it ready and get it out to you guys as soon as possible. That was something that we were trying to do by the end of the year. And I'll work with that team and give you guys an update as soon as I have one. I know for me, I wasn't comfortable putting it on there as a as a launch item until I'm able to go through in our test environments to make sure that the product is actually ready to go. There's no branding issues. I don't want GoDaddy popping up somewhere for your customers. So we're going through and testing that now.
Great, and let's just circle back to the security, the security, and like just to be super clear and wrap up that conversation, because there was another question about it. Having it, the basic security, the product being added to the storefront and a new upgrade path. Do you want to just clearly identify exactly what is taking place with those products, or do we want to link out in the reseller control center if that would be easier, just so that we have a clear basic understanding of what's going on with those two products?
I think what we'll want to do is we'll have to get together with the security team, make sure that we are all giving the exact same information. That my understanding was that it was not going to be on the new storefront or any storefront, and there wasn't going to be an upgrade path to it. It was just the existing. But that I'm sorry, I missed him saying if it was going to be on there. I didn't hear that, but I'll follow up with them to see, make sure he had the same understanding, and everybody on the team does, and I will share the information on the Google Plus community once I have that conversation.
Great, and we'll put that in the Reseller Control Center. I didn't hear that either, but we just want to clarify. And so we'll put all of the clarifications of that. As a reminder, this is still pending with emails, so you guys will be getting a notification from us via email as well. That's coming. So stay tuned for that as well. And then we'll also post within the community and then in the other area as well.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Well, if there's no other questions, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us today. As a reminder, these are recorded. They are the first Wednesday of every month. We will be posting the link of this one in our YouTube channel. Be sure to check that out. That's where all the latest demos, all of the latest videos are located at. And we will conclude this one. We'll post out the questions, and then we'll see you guys again for the last one of 2018 in December. So appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.